Luis, welcome to the Tensho tutorial. I'm Bubka and we're gonna go through all the movements and body setup and structure for the kata. We're not gonna look at the bunkais. If you wish to have an in-depth bunkai study, you're welcome to join in for the seminar or book the seminar with me and we can do that. But let's start with the kata. So we're gonna go musubidachi. I'm bringing my left hand over my right hand. Eyes height, my feet are in musubidachi position, so the heels are together, toes are 45 degrees out. I'm bringing my hands down. From here we're going to go to a fudodachi stance, so I'm opening my toes, bringing them in and dragging out. Tensing my body, my feet are like a suction sticking to the floor, my knees are a little bent, my hips go forward, imagine that you're holding a heavy 2 buckets with rubble or something like that, bringing in heavy shopping, the chest goes a little bit forward, the hands go to the side. From here we're going to step forward with the right foot, so I'm going hovering myself, stepping out, using my hip, bringing it out. My hands want to go out and bring in. Elbows collapsing in. I have about a fist space under my forearm and arm and a lat. Bringing that in, and I'm trying to do external rotation of my fist and the shoulder. Got the knees bent. My feet are not grabbing with the toes. I'm trying to sink down like a suction, so whole my foot is sucked in, so I'm very heavy and rooted. My knees are bent, and what I like to do is I see a little bit of my toes, I'm sinking down. I prefer to have a bit wider stance. If I go into the narrow stance, I'm immobile, my hips are stuck and controlled. I cannot have a good motion, so I'm going wider. For me, the shoulder width is the right position. The feet position is like starting from the Moro Ashidachi, so my back foot is on a line with the heel, shoulder width, and from here I'm doing a pigeon toe, so my heels moving just outside of the toes, and I'm gripping that floor like a suction. Hips go in, so I imagine that you're putting your tail under, but not too much. I see a lot of people going over, which extends the knees and cause you be immobile. Drop down, bend the knees, and then just bring it a little bit, so opening that lower back. For us, imagine that you've got a 3-piece knight's armor. So you've got a chest plate, you've got a flexible stomach protection, and a belt with the overhang for your protection over hips. So you're trying to bring that hips up and the chest over, so you're shielding, so try to cover it like this. So going here, tensing up my abs, the shield goes down, again holding the heavy buckets, so I'm bringing in, but I'm not want to protract my shoulders forward, I want to bring that back so my shoulder is open. I want to tuck my chin in, not like this, so my head doesn't sink down. I'm going to bring it back and hide the chin. Like in fighting, you want to have that chin hidden. So from here, this is my Sanchin stance. From here, I'm bringing my hands up so they cross. The front leg is the hand, same hand comes up from under. They come up and bring in back. I want to externally rotate it, bringing it back, shoulder down, putting back, so I'm engaging my lats, my shoulder blades coming together, giving me nice structure, so I'm flat, I'm not having my back rounded, I've got it bring in. Elbows collapsing within the frame of the shoulders and the fists rotate outside. This is also from the health point of view. It helps to engage the posterior chain and bring that shoulders back, improving your posture. Same with the legs. We're turning them internally. That helps with the hip external rotation. If you've got a poor mobility in that way, so going legs outside, the Sanchin actually going to help easing off that hips and improve the mobility in them. So coming here, bringing it back, rotating in. From here, for us, the left hand going to come back. I'm trying to bring it, personally I prefer to bring it a little bit in and then pulling back. I know that people are going here, but what we want to avoid in both versions is bringing that elbow out. Okay, I'll bring it out. Because there's, I disengage my shoulder and the shoulder go forward. If I'm gonna go here and I'm going to bring it very, very tight, the shoulder is pulled back, which helps again with the shoulder mobility and loading everything. My shoulder blade wants to be bringing in. I actively bringing that elbow back to the side to me, so I engage all the back muscles and stretching the shoulder, giving me more structure to work. Remember, this kata is for structure and breathing. So I'm bringing it here. Okay. Left hand comes back. Nice and drop shoulders, heavy body, all tensed. I'm going over. 1. I'm trying to have as much kink in here. Grab something, bring in. The hand is tensed for us and comes in elbow close. From here, I rotate, bring it in, and I invert my hand as much as I can. Bring it in, roll, push up. Going around, so my hand goes back, down, bring in, come back. I'm again pulling, extending that arm as much as I can. Shoulder down, push down. From here I rotate, bringing my hand up. Hand is not straight, it comes across. So it's like a 45 angle. My thumb goes to the second and third finger. Third and fourth, so middle finger and a ring finger. Coming up, from here I rotate, bring it down. I want to have a tension in my hand. From here I bring it across a little bit, doing koken, comes out to the side. Again, elbow wants to stick close to the body, bring it in, push and push forward. Then I'm going to change, so I'm coming back, both hands coming out, semicircle movement, out, bring it in, and other hand. Close tightly to the body, shoulder down, chin tucked in, hips up, and I go 1 across. So I want to have a tension here. 1, 2, bring it in, rotate, push up, turn, hit, bring in, down, bring the hand up, down, across, out, bring it in. Another step. I'm setting my spine up, bringing it up, sinking down. Bring it in. I want to have a tension everywhere. I'm going to talk about tension in a second. Bringing the hands in, rotating externally. Now both hands coming back, come across, I grab, I turn, bring in, pulling it down, rotate, up, around, bring in, down. Here's many versions. I like to do open in, bring in, push down, and imagine you're in a very narrow corridor and you're pushing against the walls. Bring in, out. In application, this is important for me because we're creating space and entry. Down. From here, my right hand goes on top. I step back. In the same time, I'm turning, covering, left hand goes up, right hand goes down. I'm changing, bringing it in, coming back, my shoulder blades going together, and then I push. Switching the hand, and I step, Toraguchi or Omawa Shuke, here, bringing the left hand over the top, finishing, and to Fudodachi. So let's talk about the tensing, right? So Sanchin is all about the isometric tension. You're holding it all the time. You're working on that, all the muscles, all the tension working against each other, trying to have that isometric tension all the time. Tensho for me is the change from isometric to explosive. So for us, when we're starting Tensho, is slow, going here, stepping in. This is isometric, holding the tension structure, bringing the hand back, and here we're going to change to explosive. So it's isometric. So we're learning that change from the very stagnant and isometric hold to very dynamic Those changes are important for explosive fighting. So when you go hold and then you need to break something, it goes maximum tension on those pushes. Also, for me with moving, I want to be naturally set in a position. So as I'm stepping in to my Sanchin and I step across, I drag my foot in. So I want to be comfortable. For my hips and for my knees, if I step in and I leave that foot fixed, it's an unnatural angle. My knee is very unhappy and I don't feel comfortable with the hips. So every time when I come in, I drag it a little bit where I want to be happy. And if you look on the very old footage of the masters going and stepping, they always been stepping here and that foot is dragging. If they do something, they're doing that move, foot moves. I don't know where it was changed that there is no movement, but that doesn't even look right. It's very fixed. You need to go here and step in. You want to feel rooted and very stable and very strong, right? So with the breathing for us, there's two methods within that kata. So it's Nogare and Gyaku Ibuki. So one is holding the breath and the other one is releasing the breath. Use both of those if you do heavy training, so heavy sparring, heavy cardio, whatever. Then you've got the Nogare and Gyaku. So Nogare is breathe in, breathe out, breathe out. The Gyaku is hold, then breathe out. Those two Ibuki breathing types help you restore quicker the oxygenation of your blood and easing off that mad rush for grasping the air. So in this kata there's both for us, right? So we're going breathe in, breathe out, step in, left comes back, and here's two really separate quick breathe in. Hold, so Nogare Gyaku. Also with the breathing, it's important how you work with the diaphragm. So the bringing hips in, I try to force all the air within my lungs. So I do a breathe. I'm breathing out to maximum of the breath out, and then I give it a push. So I go. I want to have that last push from the diaphragm where everything goes up. I squeeze. I've got the maximum ups contraction and clearing out. So in that moment when I'm tensing, I want to have everything super tense. So I'm going 100% tension for a split second. Yeah. Then you're going relax. 100%. Okay. I like to perform Tensho in many different ways, so I can explore it. So if you're going from here, you can go very big movement. Or very small movements. It depends what you want to work on. This is the form. Okay. Whatever you want to work. If you want to work on mobility, you're going to go huge movements. If you want to work on tension releasing, the muscular tension, you're going to go, that's enough. But you feel that working. You want to focus on wrists, then you just do wrist work. Yeah? It's totally up to you. Don't let people tell you that you cannot do something because the form says this. Never go out from the form. Explore, try to find your way. The best, there's no best way. It's the way the best suits you. For me, this is the way I'm doing. I hope this is useful for you. If you've got any questions, let me know, and I can try to answer them. Like I said, Bunka we do usually with a partner, so there's no point me describing to you what you can do because there's hundreds of ways of doing it. And so my Tensho would look like this when I'm doing it like a competition style or for a grading or something like that. So this. Tensho. So after doing Tensho, you should be tired, right? Because you've got that tension, relaxation, tension, relaxation, tension. So it's like kind of a battle against this. That stimulates as well your nervous system, your muscular system. So it's all around beneficial for us to do that kata. I like to do it every morning. Sometimes I do it like meditational, so very nice and relaxed. Sometimes I'm doing that tension. It depends what I want to do. If I want to work on mobility, it's wide one. If you want to do a explosive power, that's fast. I hope you enjoy this. Let me know in the comments what you think and how it goes for you. I would love to see your versions of Tensho and how you perform in it.